Starting off in child's pose, we'll come onto all fours on our mat. Bring the knees a little bit wider than hip width distance apart, bringing the big toes together. Press the hips back towards the heels and slowly lower the forehead down onto the mat. You can bring your arms alongside the body with the palms facing up and start to bring stillness into the physical body by relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your hips. And with stillness in the physical body, we can begin to bring stillness into the mind. So start to let go of the past and the future, and we'll start to bring our awareness onto the present moment by starting to follow our breath. So following every inhale, following every exhale. We'll try to stay at that point of just observing the flow of breath, not judging it as good or bad. Then placing your hands down underneath the shoulders, press into the palms and slowly roll yourself up one vertebra at a time, neck coming up last. Sitting into a comfortable seated position. Then we'll inhale, start to reach the palms up towards the sky and looking up. Exhale as you draw the hands into the heart center. Inhale, reach your palms up, interlace the fingers with the two pointer fingers pointing up. And exhale, rounding the spine, draw the hands down towards the knees. Inhale with a nice round spine, reach the hands back up. And exhale, bring our hands on either side of the body, interlacing the fingers behind the back. And inhale, just draw the hands and the shoulders down away from the ears. Exhale, we'll turn our head over to the right side, drawing the right ear towards the right shoulder. And inhale, your neck back up to center. And exhale, tilting the head the other way. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. And inhale your head back up to center. We'll place our hands in front of us. Come into table pose. Inhale, we'll lift up the tailbone and looking up. Come into cow pose. Exhale, round the spine and cat pose. Inhale as you open the chest and look up. Exhale, tuck in the tailbone, relax the neck, cat pose. Keep moving between cat and cow at your own pace. Try to connect your movement with your breath. Try to see if you can make the breath initiate the movement and not the other way around. And then we'll inhale, come back to table. So extending the right leg behind us. Inhale, looking up and lift the right foot. Exhale, round the spine and draw the knee towards the nose. And inhale, lengthen the leg and extend. Exhale, contract and engage the core. Inhale, lengthen, raising the right foot, looking up. Exhale, knee to nose. And lowering the right knee down onto the mat, and we'll do the other side. So extending the left leg behind us. Inhale, looking up and lift the left foot. Exhale as you round the spine, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. And one more at your own pace. And lowering the left knee down onto the mat. And ground into your left palm. Here we'll inhale, reach our right palm up. Exhale, draw the hand underneath the left arm, resting on the right shoulder, the right side of the face. Stay here if this is enough, or if you'd like to inhale, reach up the left arm. You can exhale, lower it down to the lower back, or wrap it around to the upper thigh. Take a few breaths here in this twist, opening up the shoulders, the chest, and the heart. And inhale, reach the palm back up. Exhale, lower it down. Pressing into your left palm, inhale. Come back to table, and we'll do the other side. So inhale, reach your left palm up. Exhale as you thread it underneath the arm, resting on the left shoulder and the left side of the face. And stay there if that's enough, or you can inhale, reach up the right palm. Exhale, either lower it down to the lower back or wrap it around the back to the thigh. Nice deep breaths. And inhale, reach your right palm back up. Exhale, lower it down onto the mat, press into the palm, and inhale, lift back up to table pose. And here we'll curl our toes under and press the hips up towards the sky. Make this long line from your hands all the way up to the hips for downward dog, and then start to straighten the legs, reaching the heels down towards the mat. And you can take some time to walk out the dog here by bending one knee and then bending the other. And then coming into a comfortable downward facing dog. Your fingers are spread wide on the mat. There's lightness in the wrists. You can feel this length reaching up into the hips towards the sky. And then feel from the hips reaching down, the heels reaching down towards the mat. So you're finding this length in the backs of the legs, stretching out the whole back body here. And then looking forward, we'll start to walk the feet in towards the hands, leaving the feet about hip width distance apart. Looking forward, inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, come into a gentle forward fold. You can bring your hands into the creases of your bent elbows and completely relax the head, the neck, the shoulders. You can sway from side to side if that feels good for you. Keep a very gentle bend in the knees. You can bend the knees more if that feels more comfortable for you and your hamstrings. Then we'll try to bring our weight into our toes as much as it is into the heels. So notice how that changes the pose. Allow yourself to feel grounded in your feet. And this pose here is a very simple pose, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. It's great for calming anxiety, so improves your digestion. And we'll release the hands down towards the mat. Gently bend the knees, and on our inhale, start to roll the body up one vertebrae at a time. Neck comes up last, until we come to a standing pose. We'll bring the feet together, and we'll move through some sun salutations. So on our inhale, we'll start to reach the palms up towards the sky, looking up. Exhale, hinging forward from the hips, lead with the heart, come into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and looking forward. Exhale, we'll step the right foot back. Lower the right knee down onto the mat. Bring the left knee over top of the ankle. And then inhale, reach our arms up towards the sky. Allow your hips to sink down towards the mat. Come into a nice hip flexor stretch. And breathe deeply. And exhale, bring your hands on either side, curl the right toes, lift the knee, and we'll step back to downward facing dog. Take some time to connect back with your body, connect with your breath. And inhale, lifting up onto the toes. Exhale, we'll lower the knees down, then the chest, then the chin. And inhale, roll the chest open, looking up. And exhale, make our way back to downward facing dog. And looking forward, we'll walk or take a big step to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, fold into Uttanasana. Inhale, we'll sweep our palms up towards the sky as we come into a standing pose. And exhale, draw the hands into the heart center. And inhale, reach the palms up, looking up. Exhale, dive the body forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, looking forward, hands on the shins. Exhale, stepping the left foot back, lower the left knee, right knee over the ankle. And then you can inhale, reach your palms up. Hold here. Taking a nice deep inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down on either side of the body. Curl the toes, lift the knee, and step back to downward facing dog. Hold and breathe. And then taking a vinyasa from here. So on our inhale, lifting up onto the toes. Exhale, lower down, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, we'll roll the chest open for cobra or upward dog. And exhale, coming into downward facing dog. Inhale, looking forward, we'll walk or take a big step to the front of the mat, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, start to sweep the palms up, come all the way back up to standing. And exhale, draw the hands into the heart. Then we'll inhale, reach the palms up. Exhale as you dive the body forward, looking forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, we'll step the right foot back, lower the right knee, left knee over the ankle. Inhale, reach the palms up. Exhale, we'll bring our hands down on either side. Start to straighten the front leg, bring the hips back towards the heel. Flex the front leg, and then inhale, lengthen the spine and look forward. And exhale, you can start to fold over the front leg, being very mindful not to hyperextend the front knee, so keeping a very gentle bend in the left knee. You should be feeling the stretch in the hamstrings. Then we'll start to bend the knee, curl the toes under, lift up, and step back to downward dog. Hold and breathe. Notice if you feel a difference in your downward dog from one leg to the next. And then taking a vinyasa from here. We'll inhale, lift up onto the toes. Exhale, lower down, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, roll the chest open, shoulders back and down away from the ears. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Looking forward, inhale, walk or take a big step to the front of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, start to sweep the palms up towards the sky. Exhale as you draw the hands into the heart. And inhale, reaching up and look up. Exhale, dive the body forward. And inhale as you halfway lift and look forward. Exhale, step the left foot back, lower the knee, right knee comes over the ankle. And inhale, reach the palms up. Exhale, bringing the hands down on the other side, straightening the front leg. Bring the hips back to the heels, flex the right foot. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, folding over the front leg, coming into a hamstring stretch. And once again, just a reminder to keep a gentle bend in the right knee. And bending the knee, curling the toes, and stepping back to downward facing dog. Hold and breathe. If downward dog is ever too much, or if any pose is ever too much, you can always come back into child's pose. And lifting up into the toes, exhale, lower down, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, open the chest, looking up. Exhale, moving into downward facing dog. And looking forward, inhale, we'll walk or take a big step to the front of the mat. Exhale, fold. And inhale, sweep your palms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale as you draw the hands into the heart. Moving into warrior two from here. So we'll step the left foot back, keep the right foot pointing forward and the left foot out at an angle. The hips and the chest are squared towards the left side of the mat. Then bend the right knee and bring it over top of the ankle. Bring your arms to shoulder level, spread the fingers wide. Take a look down at your front big toe. And if you can't see your big toe because the knee is blocking it, then just gently guide the right knee open so that you can see the big toe. Breathe deeply. And then stepping your feet together, draw the hands to the heart, and we'll do warrior two on the other side. So stepping the right foot back, left foot pointing forward, hips are squared to the right side now, and then bending the left knee, bring it over top of the ankle, arms come to shoulder level, Think about tucking the tailbone. And finding some balance in this pose. So the pose isn't all about the front leg. It's about the back leg. Just as much as the front leg, it's about the arms. So you can find energy throughout the entire body in this pose. This pose is really great for strengthening your knees. And then we'll inhale, step the feet together, draw the hands to the heart. We'll come into a balance pose. So bring your weight onto your left foot, gently bend the left knee, and we'll come into tree pose. And the first variation is to keep your right toes down on the mat, just like this. The second variation, you can place the foot at the calf, or you can place it above the knee joint to the inner thigh. Just as long as you don't place it on the knee itself. You can keep the hands together at the heart center, or inhale, reach the palms up, or you can draw the palms together. Try to find a point of focus on something that's not moving. It will help you balance. In yoga, we call this a drishti. Remember to keep a very gentle bend in your balancing leg. You want to keep the weight into the muscles, not in the legs. Then exhale, draw the hands to the heart, place the leg down, and we'll do the other side. So bringing your weight onto your right foot, we'll start to come into tree pose. Remember, the first variation is keep the left toes down or up onto the calf, or you can raise the foot to the inner thigh. Try to open up the hip and placing the hand at the heart, or you can inhale, reach them up, or exhale, draw the hands together. Try to engage your core. These poses, balance poses of all kinds, are great for strengthening your ankles. And exhale, we'll draw the hands into the heart center, place the foot down onto the mat, and we'll take up vinyasa from here. So inhale, reach the palms up towards the sky, and exhale as you dive the body forward, forward fold. And inhale, halfway lift and look forward. Exhale, we'll walk or step our feet back to plank and lower down, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, roll the chest open, looking up. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And from here, we'll come into pigeon pose. So bringing the feet together, we'll inhale, reach our right leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. And exhale, draw the right knee towards the right elbow. Lower it down onto the mat, and then bring the foot out at an angle here. The further out you bring it, the deeper of a stretch you'll feel. Flex the front foot to protect the knee joint. Make sure the hips are squared. If you'd like to come deeper in this pose, then inhale, looking up. And exhale, maybe start to walk the hands forward. Maybe you'd like to lower down onto your forearms, or lower down onto double stacked fists, or you can lower down all the way onto your chest. Take nice and deep breaths into your lower back and into the hips. So you should be feeling this stretch in your glutes, the back of the hips or your bum muscles. And then pressing into your palms to slowly lift yourself up on the inhale. Curl the left toes, lift the knee, and very slowly make your way to downward facing dog. Take some time here to walk out the dog by lifting up one heel and then lifting the other. And we'll do pigeon on the other side. So inhale, reach the left leg up. Exhale as you draw the knee towards the left wrist. Lower the shin down and then bringing the foot out at an angle from there. Squaring the hips. Make sure your left foot is flexed to protect the knee. And then inhale, looking up. And exhale, slowly start to walk the hands forward. And lower down to a comfortable spot. Remember that both sides won't always feel the same. And then pressing into your palms, inhale, we'll slowly lift ourselves up. Curl your right toes, lift the knee, and very slowly make your way back to downward facing dog. And you can walk out your dog here if that feels good for you. And lowering down, coming into a seated position. And we'll bring the feet together with the knees out wide for Baddha Konasana or bound angle pose. You can sit on something for some extra height here, like a pillow if that feels good for you. And interlace the fingers over top of the toes. And we'll inhale looking up with a nice open chest. And exhale, start to forward fold over top of the legs. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, find depth in the pose. And keep doing this until you've gotten about as far as you can get. Then you can relax the head and the neck. Then inhale, slowly start to come all the way back up. And we'll grab a hold of our big toes with our 2 peace fingers and then start to lift the feet up. Find balance on your 2 sit bones. So maybe this is where you'll stay with this, or maybe you'd like to start to straighten the legs, keeping the legs bent if you'd like, or you can work towards straightening them all together. And then we'll inhale, open up the legs. So you can keep your legs either extended, or if that doesn't feel right, you can bend the knees. Or work towards straightening the legs. Take a few breaths here, and then bending the knees, lower the heels down, let go of the toes and straighten the legs out. Keeping both your toes pointing upwards. Place the hands in front of you, inhale, open the chest, and exhale, start to walk the hands forward. Trying to keep the toes pointing upwards and not allowing them to roll in or outward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, find depth in the pose. And then inhale, slowly start to come all the way back up, placing the right hand on the inside of the right leg with the palm facing up. Inhale, reach your left palm up, and exhale, start to lean over to the right foot. Keeping openness in the chest, relax your shoulders away from the ears, feel a nice stretch in the side of the body, the lower back, maybe even the hips. And then inhale, coming all the way back up. Exhale, lower the hand down. Placing the left hand down on the inside. Inhale, reach your right arm up. And exhale, reaching over towards the outside of the left foot. Remember to relax the shoulders. And then inhale, coming all the way back up. And with the help of our hands, bending the knees in, give your knees a nice big hug into the chest. And from here we'll lower down onto our backs. And we'll come into bridge pose or Setu Bandhasana. So placing the soles of the feet down on the mat with our knees bent, hands alongside the body. We'll inhale, lift up the hips from there. Start to wiggle the shoulder blades together, wiggling the elbows closer. You can interlace the fingers underneath the back if that feels right for you. And try to ground into the arches of your feet to keep the knees from splaying too wide open. A nice chest and shoulder opener. Maybe inhale, lift the hips a little bit higher up. And then exhale, lower the hips down towards the mat. Give the knees a nice big hug. And then rolling over either to the right side of your body or rocking yourself up to a seated position. We'll place the hands in front of us, roll over onto the knees, and then lower down onto the knees, lower down onto the belly. We'll come into a back bend here. So we'll come into a cobra pose. So the first variation is to keep the forearms down on the mat, and the chest nice and open, looking forward. If you'd like to take it deeper, you can press into the palms, start to straighten the arms, start to walk the hands closer. Try to see to it that the stretch in the back is happening in the middle of your back and not so much the lower back. And then we'll curl our toes, make our way back to downward facing dog. Lift up onto the knees. Lower the knees down onto the mat on the exhale. Press yourself back down into child's pose. Bring the arms alongside the body. Relax the shoulders. And take some nice deep breaths into the lower back. And then placing your hands down underneath the shoulders, we'll inhale, look forward, and press ourselves back up into downward facing dog. And taking vinyasa from here, inhale, lift up onto the toes. Exhale, lower down knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, open the chest, looking up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Coming into a seated position from here. Leaning back onto the sit bones, reach your legs out, extend them in front of you. And then exhale, start to walk the hands forward. Come into a very gentle forward fold. Keeping the feet active and engaged. Should feel a nice stretch in your hamstrings or your lower back. The calves maybe. And then inhale, coming back up slowly. And we'll come into legs up the wall pose from here. So you can grab a pillow if you'd like, place it against the wall, maybe turn your mat so that it's facing alongside against the wall. And then sitting on our heels beside the pillow, and we'll lift our hips up and place one hip down on top of the pillow. Place your hands down on the mat and just slowly roll yourself over so that your legs are up the wall, your hips are on top of the pillow, or they can be straight against the mat, that's okay too. And allow yourself to relax in this pose. This is one of my favorite poses to do after any physical activity, especially skiing or snowboarding. It helps to release tension from the legs, helps to relax the mind. So you can place your hands on your belly here, close your eyes, and allow your body to completely relax in this pose. Come out of the pose, start to bend the knees. Give your knees a nice big hug into the chest. Pressing your feet against the wall, you can remove the pillow if you are using one. And just roll over onto your side. Lift yourself up slowly. We'll make our way back to our mats for our final resting pose, Shavasana. So lowering down into the backs, bring your feet to the outside edges of the mat. And then bringing your arms out at an angle with the palms facing up. And start to relax the body. So we'll relax the face. Relax the space between your eyebrows. Relax your eyes as you gently close them. Relax your cheeks and your chin. Relax your jaw. Relax your neck and your shoulders. Relax your arms and your hands. Relax your fingers. Relax your wrists. Relax your elbows. Relax your shoulders. Relax your chest and your upper back. Relax your belly and your lower back. And relax your hips. Relax your thighs. Relax your knees. Relax your shins and your calves. Relax your ankles. Relax the soles of your feet. And relax your toes. Allow your body to feel heavier and heavier. With every exhale, start to relax the body more and more. And then relax your mind. Start to bring awareness and life back into the body by wiggling the fingers and the toes. Wiggle your hands and your feet, and reach your arms up and overhead and stretch the body all the way down to the toes. And then rolling over to one side of the body, using your arm as a pillow. Keeping your eyes gently closed. Eventually make your way into a seated position. Place the hands at the heart. Thank yourself for coming to your practice today. Thank yourself for taking care of your body, mind, and spirit. Namaste.